Hi, my name is Dave Bader with Marine Mammal Care Center. Conservation is something that anybody can be a part of. Here's another conservationist that's working to make the world a better place.
Hi, my name is Marcos Trinidad. I'm the center director here at the Audubon Center at Debs Park, and I use he, him. We are located in the beautiful Northeast Los Angeles, and we are a community nature center. The work that we do is open up the gates for the community to come out and be a part of nature, learn about nature, experience nature, and really make those connections. This center is the first center that the Audubon Society had built in an urban area, and it was the first center to really target the Latino community. So it is very much an Audubon Center. It looks like an Audubon Center, it smells like an Audubon Center, all the programming. What is different is how we interact with the Audubon Center. I often say, you know, if you could wake up in the morning and the first thought that you think of is like, wow, I'm gonna go look at some birds, you're waking up with privilege. Our community typically does not wake up with that privilege. So we need to be able to go out of our way to meet the community where they're at. And when they come in, they feel welcome. A lot of times folks will come in and they look at this beautiful space and they're like, wow, how much does it cost to come in? Normally gardens like this will charge because it does take maintenance. We do not charge for our programming, we do not charge for entrance, so it's typically come in, enjoy. Then it gets to a point where it's like, okay, well, what do you do now? And we like to look at our role is being able to introduce the community into exploring this park in a very different way, and it's again tapping into that curiosity. Right at the gate, we have no barbecue, no piñata, no confetti, no balloons, no beer, no loud music. That also can be interpreted as no community, no me. So what we need to do is, instead of setting those barriers and putting up these borders that prevent community from coming in, we need to explore different methods. So a lot of that goes into a lot more organizing culturally relevant events. It's bringing staff out and understanding that there is a certain value that every community member brings in. One, we also have to acknowledge that we, as a conservation organization, need the community more than the community needs us. Once we're able to accept that, the conversation changes. Conservation is important to me because it allows me to reconnect to the land, and a way of connecting with our community. We talk a lot about restoration and habitat restoration, and I think all of that is amazing and great, being outdoors, but the restoration from people back to the land, I think is the most important part of conservation to me. For me, in this particular space, it is bringing conservation home. It is bringing these opportunities home. I'm from the neighborhood. My parents met 1 block from this center at the bus stop, and it almost seems like it was my destiny to be the center director here. So I feel that there's an obligation, there's a duty for me to share this opportunity with as many people that I can. It is an introduction into this space that is close to home. I got into conservation through a lot of being outdoors. I was in the military and I was forced to be outdoors. I had to carry a lot of equipment, a huge backpack, all over different types of terrain. And when I was doing that, there were moments when I had an opportunity to sit on a hilltop and just rest. And I realized the healing properties of the outdoors. And I interpret that as a way of me kind of experiencing like this rooted connection that we all have as humans on this earth, on this land. So I realized that you can actually get paid to do work in conservation, and that you can go outside and connect with all sorts of different communities. And so for me, it was just a way of life. I was doing it already in small forms, I would say, until I got to a point where I realized you can actually do this for a living. Some of the most important things that I think people should know about this work is that it is open to everyone. That we are not coming up with new ways to take care of the land. We are partnering with our local indigenous community to tap into the resources that they have established over a long period of time. It's being able to use our resources in a way that is sharing in some of that wisdom. I think it's important to understand that if we're talking about habitat restoration, if we're talking about conservation in a way that includes people, that restoration of connecting people back to the land is vital to having this work be sustainable. I stay positive and engaged despite all the challenges in this work and in life, period, because this work is healing. I love doing what I do. I'm able to do it with people that are also extremely passionate about this. Being outdoors, connecting with other individuals that are really passionate about this work recharges me. I'm an extrovert. I'm out there. I'm willing to talk about conservation anytime. I'm that guy at parties that shows bird photos and talks about, the lizard I saw that morning. For me, it's just too hard not to be positive. It takes more energy to find the negative about this work than it does to really focus on the positive, which is really bringing life and inspiring folks to take that. People can get involved with this work in many different ways. I think people are involved already. I think it's important to understand the value that you're already bringing to the world just by living in it, and just by having the ability to make decisions that are going to promote a healthy lifestyle. And I mean that by having a healthy connection with the planet. Here we have tons of opportunities to come out and volunteer, come out and experience the space by walking it, by being able to just sit and have something to eat outdoors. We have tons of workshops, tons of classes that we offer the community. So those are ways. One thing I also look at in terms of being involved in the conservation movement as a whole is understanding what impact you want to have. You can have an impact at very different levels. There's things that you can do on the policy side. There's things that you can do physically by putting plants into the ground or planting trees, taking care of those. Or you can just show up and be of assistance, be another person communicating about the importance of this work. Thank you, Dave, for this opportunity to share with everyone about the work that we do here. Really excited to get this going.